How's it going, everyone? Today I have a short video on AWS App Runner with AWS Copilot on how to get IAM set up. So say you have a Docker image that talks to another AWS service, maybe it's DynamoDB. How do you get the communication to work? Because maybe right now you have a similar setup like this where you have a local environment, you're talking to maybe a local DynamoDB, and that works fine. But how do you get that working in AWS App Runner with AWS Copilot? It's little gotchas that I had to figure out, so I'll show you that now. All right, so earlier this year, I created an app that talked to DynamoDB. So I have that all up here in GitHub so you can see all the source code. But I have it here locally. It's called Our Gold Tracker. And in the backend directory, there's a Copilot directory. And you can check out my other video that has the basics of Copilot. But basically, if you're stuck in this position where you need to have an IAM policy created to talk to another AWS service, you need to create a YAML file specifically for your policy. So in the app name directory, you need to create another directory called add-ons. And then in the add-ons, you add a YAML file with your policy. So here my image talks to DynamoDB. So I needed to add the resources here. So I added a table access policy where I added all of the actions that I need my Docker container to be able to have access to. Put the actions there, and then you put the resource here. So it's DynamoDB. This is the full ARN for the resource. And you need to put your AWS account ID here. And then this is the table name. This same approach should work for other AWS services, SQS, Secrets Manager, and the like. This should work. But it does work right here with DynamoDB. Okay, and after you've created that YAML file, you should be able to just do Copilot service deploy to deploy this new policy up, and Copilot and AWS App Runner will create that policy for you so that your Docker container has connectivity to whatever AWS service you have configured. Just remember that you do need to do Copilot init beforehand, and then I had to manually add this add-ons directory in there. So just a few gotchas there. You can play around with it. Let me know in the comments if you have issues. But anyways, thanks a lot.